Hello, Carteret.
What's up, guys?
Tonight we have a special guest, and instead of having music, I have my breaking news music going on. This is Steve Wronko sitting next to me. He's my co-host. Say hello.
Hi, guys.
I'm Tony Gallo, and we're here tonight to tell you all about the news and events and local sports in Carteret. This is a new mic, by the way, I got. If the sound is not doing so well, please let me know. As a matter of fact, let me cue in over here so I can see how we're doing. See all the comments tonight. Please, folks, remember to like, share, and comment. Very important you like and share it. Very important for you to comment because it gets you involved. We can answer your questions at the end of the show, as usual. If we see anything important on the screen, of course, we'll make sure we chime in and get you on. So we're going to make this real quick tonight on my end. I'd like to get right in with Steve Wronko, a very special guest of mine here. I'm happy to have him on the show. Thank you for coming.
Of course.
So a couple of things. Got sports. A notable mention in Carteret is the boys basketball team winning their last game 76-47, beating Woodbridge. Congrats, guys. Special mention to a couple of kids that stood out on the team, Jahil Nix and Starrell Hearns, leading the team with a combined 43 points and 16 rebounds. Keep the heat on, boys. You got this, as one of my favorite people say. You got this. Looks like Carteret basketball team, they are really trying. Keep going, girls. You'll catch up. Okay, on to the weather. My God, I wanted to talk about the weather today. Is that crazy?
It's brutal out there.
It is. I mean, I was working in Piscataway, and when I left over there, it was starting to snow.
Yeah, we had a snow squall that came in. We couldn't even see across the street from us.
That's what happened to me.
Brutal.
It was really like coming out into a cloud of white dust.
Yep.
Literally couldn't see. I passed the exit.
Blizzard in 2 seconds.
I passed an exit.
Really?
That's how bad I couldn't see. But please be careful out there. It's supposed to go down into the single digits tomorrow. I see we got my favorite person in Carteret there, Karen Deep Sadu. Thanks for joining us out there. But no, seriously, folks, the weather is going to be really bad. I mean, we're fortunate it's not as bad as Chicago.
Yeah,
my God,
yeah.
It's like minus 50 or something.
Yeah, homeless people freezing to death outside.
Oh my God, it's horrible.
On sidewalks, it's just brutal. And reference to that, you have the animals outside. So if you see a dog outside chained up, they can't be chained up more than a half hour, tethered to a tree or whatnot. You have to be outside with the dog. If it's more than a half hour, you can have the dog outside. If you see anything, call the police department and ask to speak to the humane law enforcement officer. Every town has one. So make sure you're calling them up and letting them know what's going on. If you can, take pictures of it. If you're not doing that, you're letting them say you're consenting to them abusing an animal.
My God, no, we don't want to do that. I was just outside for 5 minutes before, and I was freezing.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times people go, I don't want to get involved, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Well, you're consenting to somebody abusing an animal, and, they could freeze to death outside, and, let that be on your conscience if that happens.
Yeah, no, you definitely want to report that stuff. Okay, so let me do a little bit of news here, and then we're going to go right into Steve's. Steve's got a wonderful story for you guys. Well, we both do, actually, but
Yeah.
I'd like to hear your story especially. But just to be fair, I got to report the news here. I was reading a local article. I think I did put it up. I shared it on Exit 12. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. This article has to do with Chief McFadden. I've never had any problem with him, to be honest with you. I really like the guy, to be honest. But to be fair, got to report the news. And it says here in this article published by Nick Muscavich from the Bridgewater Courier News, he said Carteret, the Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office, has taken over the Internal Affairs Unit of the Borough Police Department following the mayor's appointment of a new chief, drawing the ire of the county prosecutor, according to a report. I'm just going to break the story down real quick. I don't want to take too much time with it tonight. Shortly after being appointed chief, the county prosecutor's office stepped in, the report said. Now, this is Chief McFadden. McFadden was deemed as an ineffective officer by the county just last year, the report said. and has yet to take the chief's exam. Ryman, however, told the news organization that McFadden, who was previously deputy chief before being appointed acting chief, was respected throughout law enforcement. Carey had a different perspective, though. He said, "I continue to have serious concerns regarding the leadership of Carteret Police Department and its impact on public safety." Middlesex County Prosecutor Andrew Carey told NJ.com. These are pretty serious things. I know that they took over last year with the 36 or 38, please don't quote me on those numbers, but the gun permits that were given out illegally without background checks.
Right.
And the county prosecutor's office stepped in and took over, and it looks like they're taking over again. But just my job to report it, folks. Definitely, I'd like to know what your opinion is on it. Please comment and let us know how you feel about that.
Well, personally, if the county prosecutor's office is stepping in like that, what's in the background that we aren't privy to? For public records, you're not allowed to get, if he's had any kind of complaints or internal affairs,
Right.
Whether it's substantiated or not, we can't see that.
Right.
So maybe there's something there, maybe there's not.
I don't know.
But we can't get access
It's
to it.
definitely a question that needs to be brought out by the public.
Yeah, I think
That's what we're doing here.
If something's substantiated, I think it should be a public record. If somebody's just making, off the wall, accusations and
Right.
it's not substantiated,
Right.
then that shouldn't be brought out to the public. But if somebody's, have a DUI or they're being investigated and it was substantiated,
Right.
public should know.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can get settlement agreements. So let's say, Officer A beat up somebody and the town decided to settle $100,000 or $10,000 or whatever it is. You can get the settlement agreement to that, but you
Right.
can't get the actual complaint.
Ah, okay. I
You
didn't
know,
know that. That's
but-
why I got you on the show tonight.
So one of the one of the issues on that is, let's say cop A is a good cop and cop B is a bad cop.
Right.
They're both accused of the same thing. They both get paid. The person that complained about it gets paid. You don't want cop B; he's a bad cop.
No.
But you don't also want to go after cop A because he's a good cop.
Yeah.
So we should be having body cameras so that if somebody makes an accusation,
Right. Yeah, of course. It protects the police officer
Right.
as well.
Right, absolutely. We want good cops out there. A lot of times I get said I'm a anti-cop. I'm pro good cop. I want
Yeah.
them to have body cameras. That way we're not on the hook as
Right.
public taxpayers
Yeah.
for an accusation that the cop didn't do.
Yeah, well, I think a body cam protects an officer as long as they're doing what they have to do. I love our officers. I think they put themselves in harm's way every day, and I thank you guys for that. I think that they need more respect than what we're giving them. Of course, without crossing a line, they need to do their job.
They need to do their job,
and
yeah,
respect
exactly.
the people and serve their community well. But as long as they're doing that, there should be no problem.
Yeah, if you have a body camera on,
Yeah.
protects us as a taxpayer for liability, protects them in their career. I mean, hopefully one day they'll be a chief of police somewhere, whether it's here or somewhere else.
Yeah. I've always been a blue line guy. I think our officers definitely have been attacked over the past several years. And I think that there's a few bad apples, I'm sure. Just like Michael Jackson said, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, a few bad apples spoil the whole bunch, girl.
Sure. But the system also protects those bad apples.
Yeah.
So if I'm a bad cop and you see me doing something, you go after me and report me,
Right.
they go after you. Because now you're a snitch.
Well, we don't want that, that's for
No,
sure.
but that's the way the system works.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. And it needs to be changed, but
Yeah. Well, I think they're working on it. I think they've
Hopefully.
done a great job. So listen, Steve, how about that last council meeting we went to?
well, I mean, we have Mr. Solanas that refused to identify himself, and he's a public employee.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, I know I had to help you identify
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
When he turned around and said to you, you don't need to know.
Yeah, I mean, I just open requested his all his emails with the subject or sender as Facebook, and I get back saying that there are none.
There are none. He's a county.
He's got a Facebook account.
He's a borough employee.
Right, but he also uses it as a conduit for same thing as the mayor.
Right.
I've seen some screenshots, and if you have any screenshots, let me know.
Yeah.
So that way I can.
I
go
might have
after
a
that.
couple.
Yeah, if he's acting in his official capacity.
As a matter of fact, he friend requested a friend of mine the other day.
Sure. So
With the borough, his Facebook has the borough building as the picture.
Sure, I mean anybody can have
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's a matter if you're actually using it in your official capacity, or if you're using it on government time. Right now, I'm looking into trying to find out if I can get a log of all the Facebook accounts that are logged into the borough.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
on the Wi-Fi?
well, no, if it's on their computers.
Oh, on the computers.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
sure they're all. You might upset a couple people who
Yeah.
are checking their Facebook during work hours. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
we're not looking at that, but we're looking at more the fake accounts that seem to only come on when it's business hours.
Ah,
Well,
that's a good one.
Start smearing.
I'd like to
and-
find, if you get that information, please share it.
Oh, absolutely.
I have a
will.
couple of legal cases going on right now that I might be able to use
Yeah.
that stuff on.
Yeah.
So definitely, when you get that information back, please let me
Yeah,
know.
I mean, I use my real name. If you're a man, I think you should use your real name. Or if you're, a stand-up woman, you should be able to use your own name and tell what's going on.
Yeah.
The real ban list, people list for Facebook. Their attorney sent me, and I think I published it online too, where they actually went online and showed in a video clip the ban list. I don't think it's accurate, but
Well, I know
pretty
I
much that's
can't
the way it
comment
is.
on Mayor's page. I've tried.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
If we have a bunch of people there that we can get screenshots, send them over, and
I'll send you mine next
Yeah.
time I go on to comment. Hopefully, I'll be able to comment. If I can't, I'll send it over to Steve because he seems to be really good at getting Oprah requests.
yeah, and anybody could do this. I'm not special. I've been doing it for 4 years. It started with me with I got a dog in Helmetta, and I went in to get an Oprah request, to fulfill an Oprah request, and I was thrown out of the building because I said I was doing an investigation. They told me I'd have a subpoena to be in the building.
A subpoena
Yeah.
for
So
a citizen to be in the borough
yeah.
hall.
And that's how I got my attorney. And then from there, like I've done Amazon, their proposal for their second headquarters in Newark. That was pretty much out there. NJSBCA, we went after my wife and our group, Reformers, Advocates for Shelter Change in New Jersey. That the NJSBCA was disbanded. Now that's why we have HELO, humane law enforcement officers
Right.
in the town.
Every
That way
town has them?
Yep.
Okay.
It's mandated by February 1st, which is tomorrow, right?
Okay.
They have to be assigned and I believe trained.
Tomorrow, I think it's the next
The
day.
31st?
Yeah.
Okay, so within 2 days they have to be trained.
Right.
But I think that because there's 536 towns in New Jersey, that's just going to take them a little longer to get them trained.
Okay.
But by May 1st, they had to be assigned a HELO officer.
And who do they fall under? What
police
law
department.
enforcement? Police department. Okay.
Police department. Yeah, it's
Okay.
no joke anywhere. There's no more animal control investigators.
Right.
Which Kenya Corner just had a thing with that they're upset. Listen, we want the law enforcement to go out there. And if you're abusing an animal, let's get them charged.
Yeah.
No, let's stop playing
It
games.
should be. That's the way it should
Yep.
be. Animals, there's no reason to do it.
Yeah, I mean, they're defenseless. You have to protect animals that are defenseless. It's not right for somebody to beat somebody up. Or one instance down south, it was a raccoon that was in a leg cage,
Right.
and the kid beat it to death with a bat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I think we're
What a
still
shame.
ongoing with that. But there's no need for it. And that's a typical serial killer thing
In the future,
that
right?
people do. Yeah. So so if he's
practice,
got
they
mental
practice.
But if he's got mental health issues, let's get him into let's get him fined or whatever, or probation. Let's get him fixed.
Yeah.
It's not always about just hammering somebody.
Yeah. He needs some mental help for sure.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, he's
It's
a
shame.
kid, obviously. Yeah. So we certainly don't want to just go doing that and throwing him in jail and locking the key away.
Right.
But we have to protect animals. It's really bad weather out now. We don't want animals outside. Obviously, you have to go outside and go, to the bathroom and whatnot. But you don't want something chained out there for 6 hours.
It's got to be quick.
Half hour.
Yeah.
Half
Half hour. You'd leave, you think so?
Yeah,
I would have
you
thought
can
that
leave
was
the
too
dog
long.
out there for like a half hour.
Yeah.
If you're out there with the dog, you can be out there later. But if they have a shelter and everything is defined in Title IV,
Right.
there's actually an app out there. You can actually download a Title
So do you
IV.
like cats too?
I got 4 cats at home, and I'm not.
I got a couple of
Yeah.
of Facebook fans out there that are going to love you.
Yeah, I mean, I got 4 cats. Actually, I think 3 of them are black, and the other one I got from Perth Amboy over here. She was hit by a car, so she walks a little bit funny.
Okay.
But, I like animals. It took me 14 years to get a dog.
Right.
I used to have a boxer, and then there was a boxer actually in, I think, New Brunswick that supposedly was starved and everything else. We went to get it, and she put it to sleep, and meanwhile she
Right.
told the news that, it died. She put it to sleep.
Oh, God.
And that's the beauty of getting records.
Yeah.
We got the record to show that she put the thing to sleep.
Yeah.
And she lied to the newspapers, so anybody can do this. It's a public record. You have to ask for something specific, a specific
Okay.
piece of document for a specific time frame.
Yeah, it has to be a document. I learned that too.
Yes.
You can't ask for an OPE request for, I don't know, with a question.
Yeah.
What did the mayor eat for breakfast this morning? You can't do that.
Unless
of course he ordered it,
we can ask for itinerary.
Yeah.
Let's say the governor's itinerary
Right.
and expenses that.
That's crazy.
were
You can
paid.
ask for the itinerary?
Sure.
So I can know what the mayor's doing all day long?
Well, it does come into
Or
a
the
security
president,
concern.
just to make it be fair.
Yeah,
I'm just
it-
throwing
well-
the thing out there.
Well, the president would be FOIA,
Uh-huh.
Freedom of Information Act.
Right. I did a FOIA request
We did one. It took 2 years to
recently
get.
about a local thing. I never got anything back.
It took us 2 years to get one.
Really?
Yeah.
Why does it take so long?
Well, New Jersey, you have 7 business days.
Yeah.
And you can ask for an extension. You can always deny it too, depending on how
I didn't hear
voluminous
anything
it
back.
is. Yeah, you'll probably get it in like 2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
So in 2 years, I'll be able to
yeah.
show that FOIA
You'll
request.
forget all about it and it'll come.
Yeah, I know.
And,
Is
and
that
like, what is
crazy?
this? But with Oprah, it's great because 7 business days.
Yeah.
If they ignore you, they don't give it to you.
I think
they
our
play
town's
games.
a little confused because I think they believe it's 10 days.
Nope, 7
And I
business days.
thought I read legally it's
Yes.
7 days.
And you can go to the GRC, and a lot of times in the emails it'll say, if you're not happy with it, then you can go to GRC.
What is the GRC?
Government Records Council?
Okay, and they run Oprah?
They're non-binding.
Okay.
So when you go to court, like one of my cases is case law with Jackson. I asked for all of something, and they said, it's not it's not a specific document.
Right.
I asked for, and it went to court, and I
It's
was
a
very
specific
specific.
document.
Yes,
yeah.
I wanted all of something,
Right.
and they said, we didn't know what you wanted.
So they can restrict you from getting documents if they want to. And if you don't
They play
pursue
games.
it, and if you don't pursue
Yes.
it,
Yes.
nothing happens. They end up
Right.
keeping it.
Right. So, and you
So I'm
do
going to want that number for the GCR? you said?
GRC.
GRC? I want that
But it's
number.
non-binding, and it could take 2 years for them to
Doesn't
decide
matter.
something.
Doesn't matter.
But they'll have to hire an attorney to go there and do.
I like
the
to think
thing.
of myself like a bulldog myself.
Yeah.
I don't let go once I clip on.
And you could do this stuff anonymously.
Yeah.
But if you're going to sue, then you got to come out.
Right.
So they could,
Yeah.
in theory, not give you something that is, let's say, explosive,
Right.
to try to find out who you are.
Really?
Sure. Let's say you ask for all attorney invoices for
Right.
a year.
Okay.
And they go, "Who is this?" Like
Right.
one of my email accounts is a letter and a bunch of numbers.
Right.
So it's like, who the hell is this email?
Right. Yeah.
Like, and what are they asking for? What are they looking for?
It doesn't matter, though.
Right. But if I want to sue now because they don't give it to me, I have
You
to
still
come
have to
out.
fill out a form, don't you?
No. All you have to do is send an email to the clerk.
Right.
Saying that this is an open request. You want it.
Right, but I know when I do it here locally in town,
No.
I have a form I fill out.
No. It's email.
Just a regular
never
plain
use
old
it.
email?
I only use a form if I go in there in person and I ask for something that's usually, certain things are immediate access, invoices, stuff like that.
Right.
So I'll go in there and ask for.
So is that legal? I could just
Yeah.
email the county clerk, my borough
Yep.
clerk here, and just say,
Yep.
hey, I'd like to see this document?
Yes.
And they have to turn the document
Yes.
over to me. That's the
That's it.
specific, by law.
Yes.
Okay, because in our town here, they have us do an Oprah request form.
They have that available, and
Okay.
sometimes they'll say you have to fill this out. You have to put your name and you have to put your phone number.
Right.
No, you don't.
And you sign it.
You don't have to sign it. No.
'Cause
Now,
I'm
if you
gonna
were
have to
asking,
recheck my old emails.
so if you were asking for, let's say you had a domestic violence issue, or
Right.
somebody got attacked, and you were asking for victim stuff, then you
Uh-huh.
have to say whether or not you've been convicted of a felony.
Right.
But other than that, if you're just asking for
General
government
form.
information,
I asked for the borough charter. I had to fill out that form.
you know. Yes,
got
I do all
something
mine in
back.
email. So if you do an email form and you ask for it back in email form, they can't charge you.
I did send it in an email, just to be fair. I filled out the paper and I attach it to an email and I send it to
No, you don't have to
the
do.
clerk's
I just
office.
I just type up. A lot of times, like, how do you have
So when
time
you
to
did
do
it
all
here,
this?
you did it the same way in Carteret? You just did
I
an
just did
email?
email, yeah.
And they sent you the information?
Yep.
Okay, very good.
Sometimes I'll do an email and I do a BCC blind copy.
Right.
And let's say I'm asking for, let's say dog licenses. I'll send it to 50 towns.
Wow.
You know,
Okay.
and they have.
I
to
think this
put
is
it together.
great information for you guys out there. This is a good way for you to learn.
Yeah, and this isn't my fight. I try to help out people. I kind of do my own thing at the same time, but I'm here if you have questions. You can ask for check registries, attorney invoices, vendor logs.
Just on Exit 12 Live, if you have any questions, I have an email button there. Email me. I think it's exit12live@gmail.com. And I will get the question to Steve, and of course I'll respond back on Exit 12 on Facebook, Exit 12 Live on Facebook. So I think that's the best way to handle that.
Well,
so you're not bombarded with phone calls.
For everybody that's concerned with their government and the corruption that they see, is kind of what we did with the Reformers Group is we formed.
So this is an actual group, the Reformers Group?
Yeah.
And are you the head of it?
No, my wife is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
there's Leah, there's a bunch of people.
Okay.
And a lot of times, like, we see a dog out there in Newark the other day.
Right.
And it was a Rottweiler. Mm-hmm. Everybody called the police department, and we want action now.
Okay, good.
They went out there,
Good.
they chopped the fence and got the dog and took the dog.
That's dynamite.
So you really need to group together and figure out, and we've had meetings at my house. All right, what are we looking for? Because every time you ask a question or you get an Oprah, 4 other questions come up.
Okay.
So you ask for the attorney invoices, and hey, what's this one? So then you go, all right, who's this attorney? What are they working on? And then it keeps on going.
You mind if I ask you a question, personal question? Mm-hmm. I heard you're a Marine. Is that true?
Yes.
Well, thank you, man.
Yeah, of course.
That.
Yeah,
Always
of course.
appreciate that.
Yeah, so
sorry, I was just thinking about that. I saw the little chain.
And I'm not affiliated with the NJSPCA. That's the organization that's disbanded. But I got this at one of the meetings.
So listen, let's talk real quick. So we showed up at the council meeting. We started talking about that and kind of veered off a little. We showed up at the council meeting. It's the first time I met you.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Just so everybody knows. And I didn't know you before that. I've heard your name, but I didn't know you at all. And so we showed up at the council meeting. You were there, and I was wondering why. And you started setting up cameras and everything. Can you tell me a little bit about that? I know you just recently had this lawsuit about the Oprah request or whatever.
Well, in the article, he's quoted as saying I'm a nut, and he actually came out and said that Fred Gattuso was a nut, and I was trying to get him on camera.
I know, I saw that there.
To say that I'm a nut so I can sue him for slander.
Okay.
Because I do sue for slander, just let everybody know this. There's, I think, 3 out right now.
Make sure I don't say nothing bad about you, Steve.
And there's like 2 or 3 more coming out.
Okay.
People that are out there saying that, I get a payday, that I get a kickback from my attorney. That's all a crime, and when you say that, that's slander, and I could sue you for it.
Wow.
And I'm actually
because you're a private citizen. You're not a public figure.
Yeah,
right.
but it's if you're saying you're a criminal,
right?
That's slander,
right? And
I've sued probably about 5 different entities or people,
right?
So be on the lookout.
Yeah.
For
so you showed up there. You were looking for him to come out and call you a nut or whatever he was going to do.
That was like one of the first questions I asked.
How did we get to that point?
Well, they like
an article in the paper or something.
So they like to smear the person that's going after the corruption instead of actually dealing with it. It's almost like if I'm an employer and I'm doing something bad and somebody gets fired, and automatically they're disgruntled if they're saying what's going on.
Right.
So smear the person instead of actually dealing with what they're saying.
Yeah.
So if they're saying that you're doing something wrong, well, let's look into that. If it's true, let's deal with it.
Yeah.
If it's not true, all right, the person's disgruntled and they're just making up stuff.
And this all snowballed from an Oprah request, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I mean, he's just trying to smear me, make it look like I'm crazy or whatever the case is. But he's found guilty. He said that he didn't get sued.
Right.
The town got sued.
Explain that. What happened there?
So he refused to hand over his ban list, which is one piece of paper.
Okay.
And I just got the attorney invoices.
I would think it's more than one piece of paper. We have a we have a website, Facebook page called My Carteret, blocked by Dan Ryman for a reason.
Yes.
And then we got probably about 200 people on there right now on that Facebook page that have all complained that they're banned from his page or they're blocked or whatever. And you guys can attest to that out there. And by the way, I didn't forget about you guys. I'm going to be looking at those questions, the comments, and we're going to be answering some of those before we leave the show. So don't get nervous. We didn't forget about you guys.
Yeah, he said I was using disparaging remarks against his citizens. When I get attacked, I think just like anybody else, especially from Jersey,
right,
you attack back. I was questioning some stuff with the flag ceremonies that you guys have.
Right.
But, it's all legal. It's good. But I questioned it.
Right.
And some people attacked me, which is fine, but then you block me, which is a First Amendment violation because it's now deemed
that's
as a public
how it
page.
happened.
Yes.
So this is how it all snowballed.
So, I got banned, which is irrelevant to the list.
Right.
Me being banned now is a First Amendment federal lawsuit.
Right.
And there's going to be a class action lawsuit. So if anybody wants to get involved with that.
Oh, I'm sure we have
I'm
a
gonna be
couple
doing
hundred
that,
people
too.
on My Carteret blocked by Dan Ryman that would love to get involved with that lawsuit.
Whether they're disparaging, whether, if you're cursing at a council meeting.
Right.
Law for cursing in New Jersey was found unconstitutional in 1985.
Okay.
So you are allowed to curse. Might not be always the right thing to do, but I think most people do curse.
Yeah, no, I find myself cursing once in a while. I try to keep this show family friendly,
Absolutely.
because people watching their phones, their kids might be next to them. So I try to keep it really cool here.
Yeah, so, but when they go on there, he's actually has on his page, which I just got back, I think, today.
Right.
Censored words on his page.
Who is this?
Dan Ryman.
Censored words?
Censored words. So,
what are
if you were to say...
Can you say any of the censored words? Or
one is a-hole, one is something else.
I mean, without saying it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, his is about 5 of them or so.
Okay.
So, and then there's also a filter you could put on the page.
Right.
So, if it's let's say it's either filtered or censored.
Okay.
If you say one of those words, and the same thing can happen, you have like the most 2,000 used words.
Right.
So you say those, it doesn't post. So you as a friend of mine could see it. I could see it, but anybody else can't see it.
Right.
You'll see there's three posts, and you'll only be able to see 2.
Isn't that blocking your First Amendment right
Correct.
of free speech?
It's also a violation of the law.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah, so...
I love the Constitution, folks.
Yeah, me too. We have to hold these people accountable for violating the law. You and I have to do the law.
Yeah, absolutely.
We don't do the law, we get arrested. They don't do the law. The way to really keep them into following the law is sue them into submission.
Right.
I'm not going to give you the ban list. Okay, now a judge says you have to.
Well, in this town, the mayor likes to sue people. Okay, just shut them up.
Yeah, but he's going to lose those cases.
Okay.
I mean, you have every right to, just like calling Trump, let's say, a baby killer.
Right.
Did he kill babies? No.
No.
But did he send troops overseas that maybe killed, but you have
Either
every
way,
right to say it.
I know, because in I believe it's 1981 or 82, it was a unanimous Supreme Court decision that you can say whatever you want about a public figure.
Well, I mean, you can't say, there are certain things you can't say.
Okay.
But for the most part,
most of the things we did say were questions to the public.
Sure.
We just brought it to the public attention.
Sure.
We really didn't accuse him of anything. We brought questions to the public.
Well, just like accusing Trump of,
I mean,
let's say,
if I
being a
remember
baby
correctly
killer.
from the posts.
He whether or not it's true or not,
Right.
it's irrelevant. It's a First Amendment right.
Yeah.
We don't look at when we say things against the president as you can't say that.
Right.
We say,
Not in this
whatever.
country.
But then you say it against a town clerk or the mayor
It's like,
or a
whoa,
council member.
wait a minute.
Then it's off limits.
Yeah.
No, they're beholden to us.
Yeah, exactly.
We are the people. It is our country, and we have to hold them accountable. You have to sue them into
That's
submission.
what you fought for.
Yeah.
That's what all of our military fights for.
I record
Your
police
constitutional
departments
freedoms.
and government places because you have a right to do it.
Yeah.
And with the body cams, you want them to be making sure they're following the law, and we're not getting liable for
I've been
anything.
filming the council meetings now.
That's the best way to do it.
Because, I did it because people don't come to them.
Yeah.
And I know, I believe in, is it Woodbridge, they record them and they put them on TV or whatever,
Yeah.
but it's not being done here, and so I come and I try to record it so I could show the public what's going on at the meetings. I think it's their right to know. Your right to know.
I just saw one from Middletown. It was going to cost them like $100,000 to do it. They had to hire somebody full time and a part timer and all this stuff to put it on TV and edit it and all this. How much does it cost you?
Well, you saw John Solanas. He was right there with his little camera set up.
Yeah, I got to pick up a DVD. I got the video and all the pictures he took.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's operable.
You can Oprah request.
You can Oprah request pictures.
So how do you identify that? That's a good question. So he had a camera.
Yes.
Okay. Now the camera, obviously, does it belong to the town?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. So how did you know how to identify that in the Oprah request?
So he's using it in an official capacity, whether it's his, whether it's the town's. So I asked for all images, I think for a year, and all videos on the SD card on the camera. And I took a picture of the cammer and put that in my Oprah request. This is the camera I want.
Okay.
The SD cards.
Okay, did you get the serial number off the camera? Is that
No, I
what
just
it
took a
is?
picture of it.
Okay, so
You know, I think my question.
how do you know they didn't swap the SD card?
don't.
You don't. So you're taking a
don't.
chance. So they can still play games with
Right,
the
sure,
with
absolutely.
the pictures and the
But-
images.
but so-
and they could even probably delete some of them.
So here, let's say they're in sequential order.
Right.
You have 1 through 100, and there's a couple missing. I want those.
Okay, right. So now your reopen request, you say, hey, town, you sent me
I just
1
might go
through
into
10,
sue.
but 6, 7, and 9 are missing.
Yeah, I just might sue.
Yeah, I got
You
you.
know,
No, I
it's a
definitely
public
would.
record. You can't you can't erase it. You can't edit it. You can't do any of that kind of stuff. It belongs to us,
No, I agree. Yeah.
not to them. Right now, they're just in office. You know, if he gets thrown out of office, arrested, or doesn't win another election,
Right.
the mayor office is still there.
Yeah.
It's not,
And
you
all
know,
the records should remain there.
absolutely. It's a public record. You know, when he does all these fireworks displays,
Right.
you know, and the town is paying for it, what a narcissist saying it's Dan Ryman Presents.
Right.
I mean,
It's all over the place. It's getting
Yeah.
larger and larger every
he's
year.
a
the name.
narcissist. I mean,
Yeah.
why not just, you know,
The
Carteret,
name,
you
the
guys
name
are paying
has
for it.
gotten larger and larger.
Yeah.
You guys agree with me out there, right? Every event, Ryman's name just keeps getting bigger and bigger in town.
So Karen Deep just said, is it legal to record? Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
a public. So you have no reasonable expectation of privacy
Uh-huh.
in public. So you can record really anything when you're out in public. A lot of times when I do my thing, I record really to protect myself. They
Right.
don't say, "Oh, he threatened somebody or threatened to do this or anything like that," and not really to go, "Oh, I got you," or bait anybody into doing anything that
Right.
you know. But sometimes people say stupid things or get angry when you're being recorded, and it's
Oh my
all
God.
legal.
We got a lot of questions.
Well, the case law in New Jersey for that for recording police officers is Flowers versus Ramos.
Okay.
So and then the major one was out of Boston. That was a Supreme Court ruling.
Hey, remember, folks, please like, share, and comment. It's the way we get the message out. Post it to your personal page. That would really help. Let's get the word out about this, all this stuff going on here. Now, I want to go over some questions here so we can get done with the show. Now, basically, the show is over. I want to thank you all for coming. We are going to go over questions and do some answers on that if you want to stick around for it. We ran a little late tonight. I wanted to give Steve respect, Steve Wronko, for coming on the show. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely,
and,
man.
And
Absolutely.
man, even in a snowstorm,
Yeah.
you came in a whiteout.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go over some questions here. Yes, sir. I love Mr. Wronko. All right, that's from Karen Deep. Okay. Love the council meeting. Yes. All right.
So the fire apparatus, you guys can open request the maintenance records of all the vehicles. You can request the check registries to see where the money's going in and out of. You know, not to say that the fire department, I love the fire department, is doing anything wrong, but
Well, I love the firemen.
Yeah.
I don't know if the department is run exactly correct, to be honest with you. I mean,
Sure.
it's definitely a question for the public to really look at everything that we've put out about
right,
what's
and
going on in the
it's
fire
really you
department.
guys or have to. I don't live here.
Right.
I don't know all the nuances
Yeah.
of everything. Like you said, you know, we're over by Carteret Avenue. I have no
Right,
idea where it is.
yeah, you're right.
You know,
You're right.
so really, I'm here to help you guys uncover the truth and uncover the public records to figure out, like Halmetta,
Right.
we had over 30,000 documents.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's a
On-
federal lawsuit right now. You know, and it's been going on for 4 years now.
Wow. Wow. So, Karen Deep, by the way, I see what you said there. I honestly actually like Mr. McFadden, too. Yeah, I agree with you. I have no problem with him. I just want to report the news and be fair. I don't have any problem with Chief McFadden. As a matter of fact, I've been calling him Chief McFadden since before he was officially chief. He was acting chief. And to be honest, you know, I've had a lot of interaction with him over the past several years with elections and all sorts of things. I run into him, I talk to him. I actually happen to like the guy personally. I'm not here to knock Chief McFadden. I'm just reporting on the news
Sure.
of the day. Well, from the past 2 weeks, actually. So I try to keep the town up to par and let them know what's going on. Okay, and talk about the issues. Okay, what are the thoughts? So you got this. Oh, the Carteret Technical Institute not being accredited. So we have this thing called Carteret Technical Institute, excuse me, and they're training people. I believe I read something online They're training people to be IT experts or professionals, but from what I'm to understand, they'll get like 200 people in, but only I think it's 12 or 18 spots. Somebody knows out there to fill. Okay, and it's run out of the library or something like that is where they hold the classes. Again, don't quote me on this. I'm just reading a question here, and I'm not really prepared to answer, but I'm just throwing out what I think I know.
Well, I mean, I think with that, if you get the tools, then I think you could take the Microsoft. They have different tests and stuff like that to see that you're proficient. So even though they're not accredited, you can still get the basic tools that you need, the expert tools, and then take those other tests at whatever cost to it.
Right.
And then you.
I mean, I think it's a good thing. You can learn something, but I think it should be accredited if it's run by a town, run by the borough.
I mean, I don't know really
I don't know how hard
much
it is to
into
get accredited. Maybe you got to have the right teacher. I don't know. Okay, so I'm not going to get into that because I'm not an expert on that the education part. But where is the real banned people list?
They showed us.
Marks.
So there was a video.
That's from Robert Woods. Thank you, Robert.
Yeah. So there was a video that showed that he went into it, and that was the actual list that was on there.
Right.
But it's hard to dispute unless you have a bunch of screenshots to show that no, these other people are on the list.
Well, I still can't comment.
You
like
know.
I said. So we'll see about that. Let me see. Oh, somebody says they have screenshots.
Yeah.
Send them to Exit 12. I know that person, so yeah, definitely send it to me. We'll get it out to Steve.
All the people that are banned, we could sue.
Yeah. Hey, Sharon. Go Sharon. Never mind Steve and Tony. Thanks for watching. All right. Go Wronko. Yes, thank you. So you got thank yous out there. You want to read some of these?
Sure. You can track the library too. Well, I mean, I don't know with that. It might be more of a privacy concern because if I, let's say, went over there, I signed into it, successful to the public, and I guess it would be still public information.
Right.
But I'm more concerned with fake accounts that these guys are producing and going in there and just smearing people.
Well, allegedly. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention that. Everything on this show is alleged, and in my opinion. I almost forgot. Thank you. But allegedly, during the election campaign, there were some operatives working out of the library making these fake accounts and attacking myself and my other teammates. So, not very nice.
Well, I mean, you live in town. I'm sure there's people in town. So if you're seeing that happen and it's live, get somebody over there to record it.
Right.
You're allowed to record in a public library.
Well, maybe we should have people stationed there.
Yeah.
During
you have a couple people over there, and as soon as they start posting it, you can get the logs of anybody that signed into the computers.
Really?
Oh yes, it's public record.
That's public record.
So I'm sure
we're going to talk offline about that.
I haven't been in the library in a while, but I remember signing into it to be able to use a computer. So
because we believe a couple of GoDaddy sites were also created out of that library. That's what we believe anyway.
Yeah.
Fake to make fake websites that were also being made into fake news feeds.
Yeah, so it's public record.
Yeah, so let's go through these.
I think you have to show ID to go and
Robert Woods says he's still banned for 5 years. Let me see. Alston, I can't comment either. See, there's a lot of people out there. This is what I'm talking about, Steve. Library, all laptops bought by the borough and borough cell phones. What is that?
So let's say I'm a public employee and you come over to the building and you start recording the building, and I get upset and I grab my phone, start taking pictures of you. Those are public record now.
Oh, wow. So we can Oprah that.
Yes.
Very
so
good.
You can Oprah request all that kind of stuff.
That's good.
So some of the issue, like the Hillary Clinton emails, the 30,000 emails, if they go in there and just start deleting them, well, you can't sue for something you don't have. So like the Helmeta mayor, she used an AOL account, so they can't go into the IT guy, can't go into the server.
Wait, didn't she wipe the computer?
I think so. Yeah.
You mean, did I wipe the computer?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was funny.
I mean, we should have a law that you have to use all personal stuff personally, and then publicly you can't use any other emails but the email that the
Government Records Council, Karen Deep. Yep, we got that. All right, John Betty. Oh, yeah. Well, get ready for those emails. It is funny.
That's right. I'm here to help.
Yeah, no, it definitely is.
This isn't my town. I can only really help you guys point you in the right direction. When you start looking at stuff, it's in a rabbit hole. You just keep on going.
Yeah, no, definitely. I believe it definitely will.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate you having you to discuss all of this. We've discussed it in the past, but there's nothing like having somebody that goes around and does it.
Yeah, I mean,
more than we do. I mean, we just deal with one town.
It literally takes sometimes a minute or two to send it off an email.
Right.
I mean, a lot of them I have on my thing, but all you do is, Carteret, New Jersey. Boom, there's a website. Click on it. Who's the clerk? There's their email address.
Right.
Put in an email request. I want this.
Yeah.
Sent.
Yeah.
Literally, that's how long it would take me to.
So you can do that with anything in town. Yeah. Anything. Let's say I'm going to throw out a couple of examples. So Borough Hall, okay, the library,
Sure.
Housing Authority.
It's public, yeah.
Okay, so you can.
So they might have their own records custodian.
Right. So, but how do you get that?
So like the Board of Education. So you guys have kids in school, and you have Board of Education.
Board of Education. That's
so
another good one.
If you want. If your kids aren't getting a good education,
right.
Or like my daughter, she was told, "Oh, you can't have a soda here." Oh, that's in the that's a policy. Oh, yeah, she opened.
Was it more than 12 ounces?
Oh, it was something stupid. They were sitting out in the hallway, but she like they were doing the school play, and the teacher said, "Oh, once we get so many likes on the page, I'll let you guys know what it is." I open requested a contract.
Oh, wow!
James and the Giant Peach. Everybody started putting peaches on there. Why are they doing that? How'd they find out? It's public record.
Wow, that's funny.
Yeah, so it's just a matter of what department you have to email, but police department, the major ones are right through the clerk.
All right, let's see what else we got here. Can we fight to remove the 3-minute rule? Oh, when you speak at the council meeting and the Board of Ed. Yeah, I don't think you can do anything about that. That's
not
just
really.
The council rule. I think is it 2 or 3 minutes?
He's got 3. Most towns have 5.
Yeah.
Hamilton is really good where they have it. The first one's 4 minutes, even though they write 5. And then after everybody goes, you can go again. So you can go a couple times there, which is really good.
You know what I found interesting? He was trying to fill the minutes he was trying to really just keep talking while you were asking
he didn't want
questions.
me talking.
Yeah, he wanted to make sure he filled that 3 minutes.
I'll be back though next month.
You know, we came up with a good one. It's a really good one. If you have a group of people, if you want more than 3 minutes, right? Write all your stuff down. Write it all down. Go with a group of people. Let's say 10 people. 10 times 3.
Well, we did that with Helmeta. So I would talk, let's say, about
plenty of time
about A. You would talk about B.
Right.
That way, we're not both saying the same thing and just kind of regurgitating everything. Right. We had it in succession, and then when we went up there to sign, I signed everybody's name that way in succession of exactly who you want to talk. Then you come up, I talk about
prepared.
A, B, C.
And you won't miss anything.
And you bring the evidence from the Oprah request, you bury them with their own paperwork. That way they can't say, well, oh, it's not accurate. It's your paperwork.
Yeah. Is it legal to record? I would say yeah. Yep. I mean, I've done it, and nobody can really stop you from recording, as far as I know.
I record the entire time until I'm way gone.
And damn, Mr. Wronko, you're good.
I've been doing it for 4 years, but anybody could do this.
Another person says they have screenshots, I'm assuming, of the... by the way, folks, when you comment, please remind me what it's about, but I'm assuming that this is about the
band,
band people. Please like and share these videos and comment, please. Talk about it over family dinner. Hey, Fred Amgor, welcome to the Exit 12 live show.
This also goes for my Carteret page because I'm hearing people banned on that too.
My Carteret, yeah, and here I got a good one for you. You ready for this? John Solanas, and I forgot a name, Mary something or other or something. I think it's Mary something. Maybe somebody can comment on here on that. But John Solanas runs the Middlesex County webpage.
So you go to Middlesex County clerk's office.
What does he have to do with the Middlesex County webpage?
You can certainly Facebook page? You can open request it.
That makes no sense. It's him and another woman. I forgot her name. If somebody knows that other woman's name out there.
So you can open request the admins to the page, and you can open request all the emails for those two people, for the people that are on there concerning Facebook. Yes. Text messages.
So this would, I guess, this would have to go to
private messages.
I would have to Oprah the borough and the county.
Right. So you'd open request to county for the admin page, admin to the page that you're talking about. And then you can open request all the emails and private messages, text messages, all that's available.
What is this? Council meetings are missing online, allegedly. Yeah, allegedly. Since 2018. Yeah.
So I don't know if they have to publish it online.
Yeah, they're supposed to publish all meetings. Like a sunshine law.
Well, it's got to be done by a certain time period.
Right.
But a lot of towns, it takes a while to do it.
I saw that, and also Carteret Housing Authority, yes. Okay, so, yeah, no, I just found this all very interesting, Steve. I really want to thank you.
It's all public record. And I'm here to help you. My attorney is absolutely available. If they start playing games, you know, I just sue. You know, don't give it to me.
I might have a couple of issues for you that maybe your attorney wants to look at. I don't even care if I hand it off to you.
So, well, here's the thing. So you did the request. So I've never been to court.
Right.
My attorney goes, and then she lets me know I won. And then they have to pay her.
Really?
I never go to court.
Wow.
You know, everybody goes, how do you find the time to do this? Literally takes me a minute to do the email.
Okay.
You wait 7 days. If they don't give it to you, they play games, and you send it to the attorney.
Right.
And the attorney does the brief, and then she sues, and then she lets you go, I won.
Yeah. And then I also want to talk to you about the, remember we were talking about, when you put a town on notice.
Tort claim.
Yeah.
So if they
you
injure
said that's
you,
pretty simple too, right?
right? So everybody's rights are being violated by them banning you.
Right.
So that's a tort claim notice. So if you do that, you get more money when you sue.
You said it's pretty simple, right? It's like a one-pager?
No, it's usually about five or six pages.
Okay, 5 or 6 pages. Now, does that affect the town's insurance at all? I mean, they
not until you go
a notice
go
of claim, basically.
Yeah,
right?
until you go forward. Let's say
I'm starting to feel like an attorney.
So let's say you're walking down the street and you trip because the sidewalk's cracked.
Uh-huh.
You're going to give them a notice, and then you know
Right.
they do whatever they do with it, but you're putting them on notice.
I gotcha. Hey, Sharon, thank you. I see that. Mary McClellan. And I always thought Mary McClellan, I got the disease tonight. Mary McClellan is a fake account. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys know that or not.
And some towns do that. They'll have a couple fake accounts.
Uh-huh.
Actually, Hamilton, so they have that censored word list, which is like 2,000 words.
Right.
The police department had it, and so did the town.
Okay.
So I did an IA on the police department, and they fixed it. They corrected it. No more censored word list. The town is saying, you know, we're right, and you don't. We can stop you from talking. No, you can't. You know, they're saying, all right. So if you have availability talk, you have to let everybody talk.
Right.
If you have it where you just post, and nobody can talk,
right,
you could do that.
Okay.
But there's no way to do it on Facebook. So every day that they're doing it, they're violating your rights.
Wow.
So you can't post anything on there. They're violating your rights.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, a lot of towns like Union Beach, which isn't that far from here, it's in Monmouth County. They shot a bear that was up in a tree like last summer, and one of the guys' name was Woody. You couldn't say bear on the thing; it was censored. Woody was censored. All these words are censored. They just do whatever they want.
So you couldn't say Woody Woodpecker?
Nope. It
Wow.
would. So it would look.
A lot of kids out there don't know who that is.
So a lot of times it look like it's posted, but it'll say 6 messages, 6 postings. You could see it, I could see it because I'm friends with you.
Right.
Nobody else could see it. So if you go on to Hamilton's their regular page, you'll see what I'm talking about. Where you click on a thing and it'll show that there's 6 messages.
Right.
And you won't be able to read any of them because you won't be friends with any of them.
I gotcha.
So we have to hold our government accountable for what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's our government.
We've been saying that for about a year now.
Yeah, you have every right
Yeah.
to redress your government. Let them know what they're doing wrong.
Okay.
And in particular with Oprah, it's very easy to sue.
Okay.
Because I send it to my attorney. She does all the things, and she's absolutely awesome. She's on my friends list, CJ
Right.
Griffin.
Okay.
She's absolutely awesome.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Hey, listen, 1 or 2 more things here, and then we're going to have to end the show. But, yeah, Karen Deep said Mary, Greg, Amory, and Tassie. Tassie York. Those are all the fake Facebook accounts that attack us usually.
Yeah, Greg. Yeah, Greg's
Greg Mack, I think it is.
Yeah, and here's the thing. You know that it's either an operative or it's
Right.
him, because some of the things that he's saying to me, I know that they researched me.
It's somebody close to the mayor, if not the mayor, allegedly, in my opinion.
Yeah, so they did their research to find out who I am and what I'm all about, and now they're trying to smear the messenger. Meanwhile, they broke the law.
Listen, they'll put together a dossier on you. Trust me, I know. They put something out about me in the past election. I was a deadbeat.
I've had wanted posters.
I walked away from $340,000 in debt while living a lavish lifestyle. They painted me like Robert Menendez.
Yeah.
Okay. All was not true. I mean, it was true. I did walk away from the debt, but it was legal through bankruptcies I had claimed over the past
I've had a bankruptcy.
25, 30 years.
My wife's got cancer 3 times,
Right.
and we've.
It's something we do. It's the legal protection of it's law that you can protect yourself legally and
Absolutely.
financially from your creditors.
But what they want to do is smear you.
Of course,
instead of
right.
Instead of dealing with the accusations,
Right.
they smear you.
Yeah.
So if you ever look, that's what they do.
Yeah.
They smear, like the movie Concussion. Once he knew about all the NFL players getting concussed, they attacked him instead of actually dealing with the issue.
They even said I had multiple jobs over my lifetime. Big deal. I've had a lot of experience, met a lot of great people.
Yeah.
And I just call it life experience. I think it's been fantastic. What a ride life is.
Yeah, I mean, you might be having a new job next week. Who knows?
Exactly. Well, I'm in sales, so
Yeah.
we shift all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to Comcast, Optimum, back to Comcast, whatever.
Yeah.
It's sales. It's a fluid business.
And it's all about money. So whatever is going to give you the most amount of money, and you enjoy your job, and it's not a hellhole. It's about bringing home money so you can enjoy your life. Where I work, I tell people, you work here, but you have an outside life. Go enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's about the finer things in life. And me, I like to hold people accountable for what they do, and
Me too.
I am very coarse.
Right.
We did take out the NJSPCA. A lot of people said, "Oh, your tactics are, brutal," and it did the job.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, it did the job, and it's about holding people accountable. And I got Bill Spadia
Right.
taking me out on Twitter and calling me a clown. Well, he can't even get the story or the news correct. I didn't sue because I was banned. That's going to be the federal lawsuit.
Okay.
I sued for the list
Right.
because you guys are banned.
Right.
He's breaking the law.
Yeah.
He broke the law. He was found guilty.
Yeah.
Yes, my attorney gets paid. That's the way the law works. That's
Yeah.
what. So if I was breaking the law, I'd be arrested. They broke the law. My legal recourse, I have to sue them.
Wow.
I'm a civil rights activist. I want, and this
That's
is for
what I
everybody.
call myself.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I call myself a civil rights activist.
Yeah.
I did it. I did it in front of a boss once, and he said, "Civil rights are not for you." I was like, "What are you talking
For
about?"
everybody.
He said, "It's only for black people." I
No.
said, "How could it only be for black people? Your First Amendment rights, your Fourth Amendment rights, your Second Amendment rights, your
14th.
Fifth Amendment rights, the 14th. They're
Yep.
all those amendments are for you."
Yep.
And I believe in all of them, and that's what makes me feel like I'm a civil rights activist.
Yeah, and not to compare myself to Martin Luther
And I
King
love the
or,
Constitution.
or any of them people, but at the same time, you're just a troublemaker. Well, so were they.
Right.
Hopefully when people ask for stuff,
Right.
they don't get the same, "Who are you asking for this?" I'm not giving you anything. Oh, they go, well, maybe we'll get sued.
Yeah.
Just give it to them. A lot of towns give you what you asked for, and then some towns are jerks about it and play games with you.
Well, you got to go through with it then. Just
Yeah.
sue them. Listen, folks, I don't want to keep you anymore. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys stopping by and watching the Exit 12 Live show. And also to the people who are going to watch it recorded later, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and comment. That's how we keep the conversation going. This has been a very good show. Thank you very
Of
much
course.
again, Steve.
I'm always available.
Yep. And everybody out there in Carteret and in New Jersey, have a great night. Steve?
Good night, everyone. Make sure you take care of your animals.
That's right. Take care of those animals. Don't let them freeze. See you soon.